After the release of the highly appreciated PC first-person shooter Call of Duty in 2003, Infinity Ward decided to release a brand new add-on to the first game of the series, simply entitled Call of Duty United Offensive. Not only did they release the game 1 year after the first one, but they also managed to develop the game with Grey Matter Interactive, a company which had just been acquired by Activision. Was this game equivalent or even better than the first one? You'll soon find out. First of all, I would like to talk about the graphics. The game still runs under the same engine used in the first installment, but some changes were made to the graphics which make them even better. The graphics are still really good looking and still hold up pretty well as of 2012. The gun modelings are great, and the textures and explosions have been enhanced. The lighting is good, even though the game is sometimes too dark and you have some trouble finding the enemies, for example. Overall, the graphics look great, even almost 10 years later, and shouldn't stop you from playing this expansion pack. The gameplay. In my opinion, this is one of the most solid aspects of the game. Indeed, the game brings missions filled with action, and they are more diversified than those found in the first installment. You don't have the time to get bored of the on-foot missions because there aren't too many of them, so the missions are not as redundant than the ones proposed in the original game. There are some flaws that were still not fixed in this expansion pack though. For example, you still are not able to see where the enemies shoot their grenades, which causes you many deaths. I did feel like the AI was slightly enhanced, which is a great addition. The game took me about 7 hours and a half to beat in Veteran, so it is slightly shorter than Call of Duty, but the multiplayer brings once again lots of replay value, since the mode now features vehicles. Also, the maps offered in the multiplayer mode are big and diversified. We now need to talk about the sound. The sound is still as good as the first one, if not better. Indeed, the sound effects were enhanced, and Grey Matter Interactive even added new ones. The soundtrack is amazing and is properly used throughout the game. From enemy screams to grenade explosions, I cannot explain how the sound of this game is excellent, and it is still probably the strongest aspect of the game. Finally, the story. I still did not feel like there was any story going on in this installment, and I did not think the game delivered lots of content about the Second World War like Infinity Ward did with the first game. Because the game is divided in 3 small campaigns and each of them is about 2 hours and a half long, you don't have the time to get attached to the characters. I was not satisfied with the ending, and I would have liked to see another mission to have a more appropriate and complete one. Overall, the game still brings you some information about the Second World War, but don't expect the story of the game to be amazing. I guess the developers focused more on the gameplay of the game rather than its story. Overall, Call of Duty United Offensive is a great expansion pack and is still fun to play as of today. If you are a fan of the first one, I strongly suggest you consider playing this game because it bears a lot of resemblance to it. Finally, I would give Call of Duty United Offensive a 15 out of 20 for its strong gameplay and sound and because of its great graphics, but also because of its lack of story and some of its gameplay flaws.